I have a prediction that students on the waitlist for their dream universities this year are more likely to get off the waitlist than previous years. I'll share why, as well as some statistics. Hey, I'm Tiffany Fu. I'm a college and career coach helping high school students all the way to professionals navigate their career path and oftentimes through post-secondary education like college. If you're new to my channel, I cover all things college and career here, so go ahead and subscribe so we can stay in contact and I share the best tips and tricks that I know of. In my last video, I shared why being on the waitlist is a good thing, which I'll link up here as well as in the description down below. Some of you know admissions officers can't predict how many students are going to be accepting their offers. Hence, that's why they choose to add you to the waitlist. In fact, during COVID, there were many more students added to the waitlist due to the ambiguity and the uncertainty of the pandemic. Universities didn't know if students were going to be likely to accept or not, so hence larger waitlists. But now that we're at the endemic, towards the end of the pandemic, although it's not back to normal, as they say, I only believe that the students that are on the wait list are less this year. And hence, if you're on the wait list, you'll have a higher chance of getting off the wait list and admitted into your dream university. Now that I hopefully eased your nerves just a bit, I wanted to go over some statistics with you. And the statistics, I got this from the Common Data Set. You can learn more about it here. It's a collaborative effort among data providers in the higher education community. And this is represented by College Board, which is very reputable, along with Peterson's and US News and World Report. So the goal of this is to give more accuracy and insights into higher education to reduce the reporting burden and data providers. I got this from the 2021 to 2022 Common Data Set. All right, let's start off with Stanford. Since I'm a Cali girl, I know a lot of my students are interested in Stanford. The likelihood of acceptance rates off of the wait list is going to be 13.8%. We have UPenn at 4.4%, Princeton University 15%, Caltech at 4.3%. And then we have Washington University in St. Louis, 33.9%, CMU, Carnegie Mellon at less than 1%, so 0.7%, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor at less than a percent as well at 0.5%, Georgetown, 1.1%, Cornell, 0.4%. I've only collected just a few of these universities. There's others that didn't quite put their information on the data set, so I didn't calculate it for y'all, but this is pretty much the top universities that a lot of my students like to apply to beyond the UCs. So hopefully this gives you a little bit better insights into this. And if you have any schools that you want me to look into, go ahead and put it into the comments down below. I mentioned in a few of my other videos that you can do a letter of continued interest and send it to the admissions officers, or if the universities allow you to add an attachment, you can add in that letter there. Find the link in my description down below if you want the template for that. And obviously make it your own, because if a lot of these letters of continued interest sound very similar, that's a red flag and they'll likely not read it or reject you. Also, I can't stress this enough. Make sure you tailor the letter to each university, to why you want to go to that university. Is there a certain curriculum or program that you're super excited about? Have you been doing anything new in order to prepare for that curriculum? I've had parents ask me, should we call up the admissions office and let them know how much my student really wants to go there and how qualified they are? No. Parents, please do not step in during this time. I know it's high stress and seeing your student being anxious, you want to solve it for them. I feel you on that. I want to do that at times as well, but this is part of their journey, the student's journey, and they need to be taking their responsibilities on themselves. Do not call the admissions office. Oftentimes, admissions officers are very busy. They're not going to have as much time to spend on the phone, so hence that's why the letter is much better of a method. The rule of thumb here is to try not to annoy the admissions officers. I've seen students do a video on social media and tag that university. I think that's creative. I'm not too sure if it's going to be seen. I haven't heard of any students getting off the wait list because of the social media aspect. If anything, it kind of distracts from your application. But let me know in the comments if any of that has worked for you or any of your friends. Let's use some brainstorming power to see what works best here. While we're on that topic of what has worked, let me share with you the handful of students that have done an appeal slash letter of continued interest that did work. I read a really compelling letter of continued interest from a student where she wasn't able to quite focus on her applications as heavily during her senior year because there was a lot going on in her personal life. And I won't share the details here, but the way that she was able to back this up is she had tons of evidence. She was a great student in school before senior year, and then she started picking up her grades again after application and giving a little bit more context as to what she's learned from that experience as well. So that was able to get off the wait list, which is great. I've seen students try to turn in their SAT, ACT scores in the nick of time, but due to some technical errors, the school didn't receive them in time. So if you have new information like that and you notice it wasn't sent, go ahead and check and then see if that is probably what's contributing towards your rejection slash waitlist decision. And then I just heard from a student on TikTok that their school sent in their transcript and they sent in the accurate information for their grades, but some of the schools got the information wrong. So it's really interesting. You should really double check that your grades are accurately reflecting onto the application portals as well as your transcript. Because if there's inconsistencies, it could lead to rejection or a waitlist decision. Once again, I do think you have a way better chance of getting off the waitlist this year than the past few years. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Any further questions that you have around this process. I'm sending you all great vibes. Everything will be okay. All that matters is how hard you work, the connections you build, and how committed you are to your career goals. Because that, at the end of the day, going to college is about your career path, and college is just a launch pad to get there. All right, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time.